Smear here with a message from Steven's Toilet-O-Rama. All month long, we are running a special promotion for only our most loyal customers. Have you ever been sitting on a toilet, emptying your colon and just thinking, man, I sure wish I was doing something fun right now? This month, all month long, when you purchase one Turd Guzzler 8000, we will throw in one free copy of Dead Island for you to enjoy during your big boy boom boom time. Enjoy 4-player co-op first-person zombie slaying action with 4 unique playable characters, a plethora of blunt and sharp objects to modify to your desire, one really stupid but really good song, and an endless supply of zombies for you to bulldoze over with your friends. What's that? You don't have a console or TV in your bathroom? I literally could not care less. So flush your worries away and come on down to Steven's Toilet-O-Rama, home of me, Steven. I live here. We don't have a phone, so if you want to call, write a little note and flush it down your toilet. Just make sure it has your name, address, social security number, and what time you go to bed at night.
You ever have one of those games that you just haven't really played for a while and someone starts talking about it and you think, oh yeah, it was fun, but it's probably really outdated now and it's probably not that much fun anymore. That's how I felt about Dead Island, and that is the game that we are talking about on this episode of Eurojank Theater. Hey, thanks for stopping by and watching. Now thankfully, I actually got to play this game this time with some of the same friends that I played it with when it first came out on the Xbox 360. Back then, I was one of the only people that actually finished the game, so this time it was actually really fun to go through the whole thing with other people. Played through the whole thing on stream, twitch.tv/resetget, and man, it was just stupid fun. I really gotta say, it was just dumb fun. Don't get me wrong, we ran into some technical issues here and there with the game, and this time we were playing the definitive edition and not the original version on the Xbox 360. There's some differences. Now before any of you say, yeah, but did you play Riptide? Yes, I have a long time ago, and don't get your britches in a knot because that will be the next Eurojank video. So, 2 videos from now.
Not looking forward to it.
Now, if you found this video, you probably already know what Dead Island is, but if you're one of my regular viewers and maybe you don't know what Dead Island is, then here's how I would describe it. It's a 4-player co-op first-person hack and slash with some guns and a strong emphasis on modifying your weapons to give them bonus effects, and it's all wrapped up in a zombie-riddled Australian paradise. Except for when it's not a paradise, which is like 2/3 of the game. Most of the combat in the game is first-person melee combat, and each of the 4 characters that you can pick from specialize in different types of combat. Sam B focuses on blunt weapons and brass knuckle type weapons. Sean May focuses on sharp objects. Perna focuses on guns, and Logan over here focuses on throwing things really well because he plays football. Every character has a different skill tree, and their skill trees usually focus on whatever type of weapon that they use. So Sean May, for example, since she's really good with bladed weapons, she has extra perks that she can unlock that increase bleeding duration and bleed time, and also increases the effectiveness of poison. Every character also has an ultimate that's really short-lived and frankly not very good unless you put a ton of skill points into it, and in doing so you're kind of taking skill points away from just making your character stronger in general. So really I recommend not putting a whole lot of thought into the ultimate and just beefing up your character in general. Also, I think we remember to use our ult 5 times between all of us throughout the entire game. We usually forgot it was even there. The weapons all have durability meters, and when the meter hits 0, it does significantly less damage. You can repair the weapons though by bringing them to a workbench and fixing them with money. Further proof that money fixes everything. Guns are introduced in the second area of the game, with the exception of one secret gun, I believe, existing somewhere in the first area. We never found it. They only really stay viable on human enemies, not zombie enemies. 1 or 2 headshots takes down almost any human enemy with the exception of mini-bosses. But against zombies, they're pretty useless. You'll mainly want to stick to your melee weapons. Also, bashing zombie skulls is way more fun than shooting them, and ammo is pretty scarce through most of the game. So, you pick your character, it dumps you into the prologue, you play through the prologue, which only takes about 10 minutes, and then it dumps you into the open world with a mainline quest and you can really do whatever you want. You don't have to follow the mainline quest. You can just go around and start doing side quests and exploring and looking for secrets, because there are some pretty cool secrets in this game, I must say. However, progressing the mainline quests is what unlocks further areas for you to explore. So you kind of want to strike a balance between doing some side quests and then doing a mainline quest. Side quest, mainline quest. And see, you don't really have to grind side quests in this game to be able to complete the main story either, because the zombies all change levels depending on what level you are. So really, you could skip right to the end of the game being level 1 if you could somehow manage that. And technically speaking, the enemies shouldn't be any more difficult than if you grinded every single quest and did everything in your max level. It really shouldn't matter because the zombies levels even out to be close to yours. The way we played was, in the beginning of the game, we did a lot of side quests when we thought they were really important, and then as the game went on, we did less and less, to the point where we really weren't doing any unless they happened to be on the way to a mainline quest, and we just didn't really bother. If I had all the time in the world, I probably would have done the side quests, you know, all of them, and they all give you different stuff. Some of them just give you money or a nice weapon, but some of them give you blueprints for mods and other weapons. So sometimes it is actually pretty helpful to do side quests, not for the reward themselves, but for being able to make something new and cool that you couldn't before. Google, who knows everything by the way, says that this game should take about 17 hours to beat, and it took us a little bit under 12, and that was with a significant amount of just dicking around in the first third of the game. So it probably could have come under 10 hours if we really wanted it to. Also, we're not rating this as though the game just came. The game came out a long time ago. Each of us spent about $5 on the game. So truthfully speaking, we felt like we got our money's worth. Let me just gush for a minute about the things in this game that really made us happy while we were playing. Who Do You Voodoo? Dude, easily like top, I don't know, 50 video game tracks of all time, you know, right up there with Live and Learn and It Has to Be This Way. All those, it's not as good as those songs, like technically speaking, but holy shit, is it so catchy that we kept humming it and singing it the whole time we were playing the game. God, that song is going to be stuck in my head for months now. Something that was really cool for the time that this game did is that the zombies all have multiple layers of destruction on them. So you can rip their skin off, you can cut chunks of meat off of them down to the bone, and then you can chop their limbs off. It's pretty cool to see them slowly, you know, kind of get whittled down. Although for the most part, you only really see that on the bigger zombies who have more health, because the regular zombies usually go down in 2 to 3 hits, and a lot of the times 1 if you have certain perks unlocked. I will say the blunt weapons in the game are very nice because the zombies' heads do explode in a very fascinating and lovely way in this game. Sound like fucking Patrick Bateman. Let's see Paul Allen's card. There's some pretty cool secrets that you can find in this game, including some blueprints for some really interesting and unique weapons that don't really compare to anything else in the game. They're usually kind of gimmicky and goofy and don't really serve like a long-standing purpose to your arsenal, but it can be fun to find the blueprint and finally build the thing and see what weird stuff it does. This may sound really stupid and simple, but man, it was really easy to add people to your game mid-session when we were playing this. Now, I've been making these videos for a while, and I gotta say, all the different games that we've played, and you know, the different games we've played co-op, some games nowadays I feel make it so hard to just fucking add somebody to your party. And Dead Island from 2011, it's like 2 clicks, boom, they're in your game. That's it, no questions asked. Really, I can't get over how important that is in a game. It's almost always possible to run right through a crowd of zombies right to your objective. Yeah, you almost never have to fight. Almost. It's just really fun to just bash brains in and cut arms and legs off in this game. I can't I think appropriately describe it. I think you have to play to find out, but man, they were cooking with gas with this game, with the body's destruction and stuff. It's fun to kill. In the game, not real life. Okay, now we can talk about what makes it jank. bugs that soft lock certain quests and make us restart the game. There, more than one time, we would have a quest where you'd have to pick up an item that you have to hold. A lot of the items in the game, when you pick them up, they just go in your inventory and then you bring them to the person. But some items, when you pick them up, they just become what you're holding and you can't attack or anything. So you pick up one of those items and then zombies come out of nowhere. Okay, drop the item, fend off the zombies, you go to pick up the... Oh, I can't pick it up anymore. Why? Sometimes when you drop those important items and you go to pick them back up, even though they're sitting on the ground, glowing and everything, like it's a pick-upable item, just couldn't pick it up. No reason, just had to restart the game, go back, and do it again from the beginning. I gotta remind you, this is the second version of this game to come out, and this problem was in the original game, because I remember it happening. Movement options in this game, borderline non-existent. You can run, you can sprint, and you can jump. That's it. This is not Dying Light. There's no parkour. They ain't nothing. Nothing. And when you get stuck in an alleyway between buildings, and you got zombies in front of you, and you were just running away from a crowd of zombies, congratulations, you're dead. I would say the game is mostly built around the fact that you don't have many movement options, but it can turn into a pain in the butt sometimes. Guns across the board feel like a total afterthought. Like, I kind of just wish they weren't in the game. I really wish they were, because they're boring. The guns in this game are very boring. The facial animations in cutscenes, the work of the devil. There's no other explanation. The definitive edition, from what I've seen in comparison videos on YouTube, kind of a weird sort of up downgrade from the original version. See, the original version had a lot of like hazy kind of like heat haze effects on the game, so it looked really hot, like a tropical place would be. It looked hot and it felt dirty. It felt unique though. It was cool. It was dirty in a cool way. The definitive edition, although it is more colorful, they've removed a lot of those effects from the game, so it kind of loses like a little bit of depth. It's personal taste, I get that, I understand, but I kind of think that the original version of the game looked a little bit more unique, honestly. A lot of crappy fetch quests and go here and kill this quests. I think that's more or less just a product of early 2010s RPG game design, maybe. I don't know. I kind of give it a pass because it's an older game, but it really made it hard to want to do side quests. Hence why we barely did any after the first third of the game. In the jungle area in particular, human enemies with guns would sometimes clip into rocks or bushes, and they would just turn into invincible turrets. We couldn't blow them up with Molotovs, we couldn't shoot through it, we couldn't melee it and hit them. They walk into that rock and they just become an invincible turret of infinite death. You can't do nothing about it unless maybe you get lucky and they walk out of the rock. Playing by yourself, I mean, it's not waterboarding, but it's not nearly as fun as playing with other people, like not even in the same league. However, when you are playing with friends and you guys complete quests, we all started the game together. We got out of the prologue and immediately added each other to the game. However, since I was the host, all the quests only get finished for me, even though my friends are leveling up and getting new weapons and everything. They don't finish those quests at all. So we beat the whole game together, and then my friend starts his save file and he is back at the beginning of the game. Not New Game Plus, just nothing got completed for him, so he has to go do it all again if he really wanted. I don't think he's going to, but just, come on. Why can't we both finish the quests? There is a fair amount of jank to be had on the first Dead Island. However, if you got a few friends, even just one friend to play through, it's like $5 on Steam. It's totally worth it. We had a fantastic time. Like, I really enjoyed streaming this game. It was a lot of fun. The RPG stuff, you know, the stats for weapons, it's all very simplistic. Every weapon has like 3 stats. DPS, knockdown, and like swing speed or something like that. Like that's all they have. It's not complicated. This game is not sniffing its own farts. Like I think a lot of games that try to do this, you know, overly RPG-ified first-person thing. It's not like that. It's very simplistic and easy to just buzz right through. There isn't even armor in the game. They don't even bother you with that. It's just weapons. How deadly is your weapon? That's all you got to worry about. And that feels great. It's a nice breath of fresh air from a lot of the stuff that I've played for the channel. If you've got a friend or three, buy this game for $5 and play through the thing together, and I don't know, it's fun. We had a good time. It was stupid and fun, and I'll probably never play it again, but it was fun while it lasted. That's how I would describe this game. Fun while it lasted. I am not touching this again. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked the video. Make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe, and you follow my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/resetget, where you can watch me play the games I talk about on the channel, like this one, where I played literally the whole game from start to finish. It was awesome. Also, check out my Redbubble in the description down below. You can get a little bit of ResetGet merch for, what holidays are coming up? Valentine's Day. Get your Valentine's Day is in February. Buy an early Valentine's Day present for your crush. And stick around for the next video, because we're gonna be jumping into a little Ubisoft game that is so dead, I think most of you probably didn't even know that it released or existed. Stay tuned.